Oh, Tom, it couldn't be more different if it tried. I mean, last time I was in England working, it was such a sad and unhappy place because nobody could quite believe what had happened to Princess Diana. She was hugely popular, and when she died in that tragic way, it affected the whole population unbelievably. And, of course, now we've got the wedding of her younger son, Harry, who's incredibly popular in Britain and around the world, very charismatic young man, and marrying a girl who's got her own humanitarian record behind her even before she met Harry, and I think the two of them are going to be quite a force together.
I think so. She certainly brings a lot to the role herself, but nobody does pomp and ceremony quite like the Brits. We saw the pictures yesterday of the dress rehearsal. We saw the Queen arriving at Windsor, but the public are already camping out to get a good position to watch the carriage procession.
Oh, they are.
What's it
Yes,
like being on the
really.
ground and seeing it all come to life?
Well, it's changed day by day. We arrived last Saturday when it was drizzling and quite quiet around the town and nothing much was happening. And each day it's built and built. The media presence has got larger and larger. As of yesterday, people started camping out, and we've got some really heavy-duty royal supporters who've camped out on one particular corner. And then on the other corner where we were working from this morning, when we got the most fantastic views of the military rehearsal, we met an amazing lady who's camped out there, she's well into her 60s, and she's just come back from a 6-month cycling trip around India. This lady travels all over the world, so it attracts all sorts of people. I must say, Windsor is an amazing town, and the difference is it's a town and not a city. It's really, really friendly. Cities can be a little bit impersonal, but towns are nice, and the people of Windsor are so welcoming. And we've had some fantastic conversations with loads of people. We're just meeting people all over the place. We're talking to the police, who are super friendly. We've learned how they train their dogs. We spoke to a fabulous policeman today. He said he'd been bitten by a shark when he worked as an aquatic dentist. Now, whether he was pulling our leg or not, we don't know. But he said he worked as an aquatic dentist at aquariums, and he got bitten by a shark and gave it up and joined the police force.
What a
He's either got a
story.
great story to account for the scar on his hand, or he's telling the truth. I don't know which, but it was fun. And we just keep meeting people around the place all the time, and people have come up to us on the long walk. It really is a gorgeous town.
Isn't it nice to have such a positive story in the news?
Well, it is, and I mean, it's been a bit railroaded by what's been happening in America with her father's first marriage, and they have really interfered with things in a dramatic way and caused a lot of ill feeling around the place. But I think actually it's cemented people behind Meghan, because everybody feels sorry for her, having to deal with a family who are just desperately attention-seeking and trying to be so negative about her when a wedding should be such a positive experience.
The royals are no strangers themselves, I suppose, to scandals and headlines. Do you think it's put a dampener on things, though, for Harry and Meghan?
Insiders have said that he's been very upset about it, and she's been quite tearful and feeling very embarrassed. But it's beyond their control at this point. Maybe the palace didn't handle things quite so well. Maybe they should have brought the father over here a lot earlier, knowing that he's a very reclusive man, eased him into the situation rather than expecting him to fly over at the last minute and suddenly be hit by the attention of the world. Maybe all that could have been handled better, but we are where we are now, and it's sort of flown out of control. And you've got a stepbrother and sister who've been selling themselves to the media all over the place in America and getting a lot of attention and bringing a lot of negativity to something that really shouldn't be negative.
What about the logistics for Saturday? It's my understanding that Windsor Castle has still been open to the public this week. Is there going to be road closures and things put in place from now, do you think?
Absolutely. It was open to the public until the 17th, and the wedding is on the 19th. And people say that that's actually caused a lot of problems in itself, because while the public were traipsing through Windsor Castle, going on tours and things, people were trying to set up cables because the host broadcaster is in there, and a lot of cameras are being set up. Incredible camera set up right throughout the city, with going to be probably hundreds of cameras following the procession right the way around. The atmosphere is really good fun.
the big question, particularly in Australia, is all about the dress. Some people are saying it'll be more of a Hollywood glamour style, given she's an actress. Then other people are saying she's going to go traditional to sort of solidify her transition away from that life and into the royal family. What do you reckon?
Who knows? I mean, it's an Australian company who designed it. Ralph and Russo, they're called, and they designed the dress that she wore for the engagement photos, which was quite a dramatic dress. So it'll be very interesting. We believe it's going to be heavily beaded. I imagine there'll be a sort of demure element to it. It certainly wouldn't be a very exposed dress, not for the royal family. I think she will definitely pull herself into line for that. I think it will be very, very elegant. She's a very beautiful girl, and I think she'll look amazing, and we'll get the first glimpse of it when she drives up in the Rolls as they go down the long walk, and she'll be there in the car with her mother. Still, the big question, of course, is who's going to walk her down the aisle? Will it be her mother? Will it be Prince Charles? Will it be Prince William? Or will she walk on her own? We'll hopefully find out very soon.
Well, time will certainly tell. Not long to go now, Susannah. You keep enjoying your time in London, and we'll check in with you soon.
Thanks, Tom. It's a great day. I hope everybody's going to watch.